Hey everybody, it's Patty the Tinker's wife. Welcome to my living room here at Tinker's Paradise. Today I have a little video here that I'm calling Conversations on the Couch. Um, I may do this from time to time where I decide I have something that I want to share. Maybe it's something that's come up during the week or whatever, and we'll just have a little conversation here. I want to welcome everybody who's here for the first time, and those of you who are recently new here and returning, thank you for showing up again. You all really have been a blessing, those of you who are watching my videos. Those of you who are making comments, those of you who subscribed and liked, and all those little things that really do help, believe it or not. Thank you. Thank you a lot. It means a lot. Um, so, um, I made a big decision this week, and I'm just going to kind of get right into it because there's really only one way to do it, and that's just to dive right in. It's something that I have been thinking about for a long time. Sorry, I got crows out there. It looked like maybe a dog was running past my yard here, and I live on a very busy street, so I'm always kind of watching. I've gotten used to watching for animals that might be in danger because I've rescued a lot of animals out of the middle of the street out here. Well, anyway, let me get back to that. What I was saying, that was a total squirrel moment. So, kind of what happened with me was I had become overwhelmed with things. And a lot of you who've been around, who've seen me, interacted with me on lives, and have seen my comments and stuff, know that life has not been easy here. There's no mincing words about it. I've been through a lot in 13 months, and I would not wish it on anybody. I'm just saying. So anyway, social media has been a godsend to me, and a part of social media has been a curse. And so I had to come to a decision. I was anxious to the point of where my arms would ache, and that is a recent symptom that came up after my husband passed away a year ago, August, and I found myself becoming so anxious. And that symptom was an indicator to me that something I wasn't dealing with needed to be dealt with. Um, or I was going to really hit the wall bad, and I didn't want to do that. So, anyway, it's like, I want to say it's almost like having a nervous breakdown. Stress is a funny thing. Well, anyway, while social media was a blessing, I gained the encouragement and the friendships that I needed to see me through this unique and challenging year. On the flip side of that was the all of the I want to call them vain controversies because I think a lot of it is vain. All the rumors and the conjecture, the presumptions that people put out there that they see as fact, when in fact it's an opinion that they are sharing that maybe somebody else who they trust says it is. I'm just going to say that right there. We all practice this. And I am just going to say I can't be a part of that. I can't. There are obvious reasons because of the rather fragile emotional nature of my life right now. Um, that I am going. I'm pretty much through the deep parts of the grief, but I'm still grieving, and then with life changing so much with the social distancing and having not being free to do the things that I used to do, not being able to gather uh, with people at church and worship um, in a congregation, get together with friends like we used to. All those things, it's made it very challenging. And then on top of that, we've got the upheaval here in Portland with riots, and they were within 2 miles of my house. throwing Molotov cocktails. It gets a little dicey when that happens. And then we had the fires, and that's when it got really bad because of everybody going, "Oh, it's Antifa!" Well, I talked about that in, I think it was my last video. I don't know, maybe the one before that. But anyway, I was just calling people out because a lot of that was just complete guessing. And I just don't. I'm just not even going to go there. It's not even worth it. Um, the facts of how the fires started are still trying to be determined. How the fire traveled was far more damaging than a fire even being started in the first place. But I'm not even going to go there either because that's in a previous video. So anyway, with all of that really made it hard for me, and I think for others too, because all it did was ramp up the fear and anxiety. And that is something we do not need in times like this. And I knew that specifically and personally, it was so hard. I cried too many times and was losing sleep, was being anxious in probably, I want to say, in the last 3 years, maybe 5 years, I have had trouble focusing too much. Normally, I'm not like that. Normally, if I want to do something, I'm focused, I'm good, and it's not a problem. But I've really had a lot of trouble, especially this year, focusing for any length of time at all. And so, not being able to read a book was that was crazy. I mean, I had to fight to finish reading books, and I should not have to do that. So there was something wrong. Well, I watched a TED Talk on Facebook and how it impacts your thinking, how it impacts your brain, the addiction level of it, how it's designed, and why you need to be off of it. And it's not a new TED Talk. It's been around a while. So anyway, it took me 3 weeks, I think, after I saw that. And it took a friend of mine saying that she had determined, she had made a decision to take a year, and then she was going to be completely off of Facebook. And I really got to thinking about the impact it was having on me. I have a lot of people I care about that are on there. However, it was clear to me that it was of no real benefit to me. That it was causing undue anxiety and emotional disruption. I guess I'd call it that. It was causing me distress that was undue, and I had the power to change that. So last week, just a couple days ago actually, I made the announcement that I would, for the foreseeable future, no longer be on Facebook. My account is still there. It is still public, at least for the time being. And I will be mining information off of there from time to time about, things that I want to get off of there, and that I will save. And then at some point in time, I may take my profile completely down. I just can't justify it anymore. I can't. So yeah, that's where I'm at, and I just wanted to share that. I did in that post mention, and I'll mention it here, that anybody who was a friend on there who wanted to stay in contact with me, as far as an intentional friendship, good healthy friendship, that they could direct message me through Messenger, through Instagram. I would still keep my Instagram account open. Or they could message me through Messenger through this weekend, but after that, I'm not answering anything. None of those messages that come through after Sunday will I be responding to. So yeah, Messenger is connected to Facebook, and everybody that's on my Facebook friend list has access to my Messenger, And I'm like, nope, I don't want that, because I would get all these little, the videos, the cute little kitties, and if you love Jesus, you'll say something about this, and if you don't, you're denying him. I mean, I would get stuff like that, and I'm like, that is so offensive to me, because I'm a Christian and I live my life to glorify the Lord, to lift up the name of Christ. I don't need to, can you say amen to that? Oh, come on. It's just so surfacey, and it's just, oh, so distasteful in me. I know that's, some people like it. That's fine. It doesn't bother some people, but for me, it just seems distasteful. Um, and I just, it's better that I'm not, I'm not in that kind of a environment. And I think it's better for a lot of us if we weren't in that environment. So anyway, yeah, because Facebook wants you to stay on there. They want you to stay glued to their platform, because you are their product. They make money off of you, off of you. Yeah, your time there is money in their pocket. Yep, because they have advertisers that pay to be on there, to gain your attention, and the more you're on there, the more you see them on there, and all those things. So yep, that's the reason Facebook doesn't cost us, because we are their product and they are selling us to these people, access to us, to the people who are advertising on their platform. So anyway, yeah, that's the business end of it, kind of the ugly side of it. But anyway, I have enjoyed Facebook for a lot of reasons, but there's a lot more reasons that I'm finding it's just not a good place to be. So anyway, I thank you all for spending time with me as I talk about this, because it's an important topic, I think. And I think it's one that we all need to consider. We need to really consider, especially if we are having trouble with sleeping, if we're having trouble focusing, if we're having trouble remembering. It even affects memory. Um, you know, and if our anxiety levels are going up, oh, please, yes, if anxiety levels are going up, please consider at least taking a good long break. 2 weeks to a month. I would recommend a month. 2 weeks, you start thinking better, but in a month, you're going to be, wow, that's nice. And you won't feel as obsessed about having to be on Facebook, because that's part of the problem, is you're obsessed about it. People get obsessed about it and they don't want to miss anything, and they stay on it forever. So, and there goes the snowball. Anyway, I got a kitty that wants to go outside, so I'm going to say goodbye here, but thank you so much. Be sure that you click that like button uh, before you leave. And this is Patty the Tinkerer's wife saying God bless, and y'all have a great weekend. Bye-bye.